Hey everyone, so we've had a lot of people asking us how easy it is to grow indoors and what you need to grow indoors and so on. So I thought I'd do a quick video about how we get everything started, and then I'll kind of go through every week and let you know how the seeds and the growing goes. So what I'm going to be doing for indoor, we eat a lot of spinach, so I'm going to do 3 different types of spinach here. One of them is Renegade. It's slow to bolting, 43 days for harvest. Another one is a variety called Space. Again, this one's going to be 42 days for baby spinach, same as that variety there as well. I think this one's 21 days for baby lettuce, baby harvest. So I'm going to be using 9-pack cells. I mean, I'll be growing a lot, so there's no use using 6 packs. Again, I use a more of a lighter kind of soil. You can see this in the back. This is a variety called My Soil. It's organic brand, peat moss organic, coconut perlite aged compost, and which is great for your nitrogen, your green leaves. I want to fill up these cells here. I got 2 that I already kind of moistened so that I don't have to run out of camera here. So yeah, when you pack them in, you just want to kind of gently pack the soil down. Once you water, if you don't pack the soil down, it'll just it'll sink and then you put it down. Put it back down. Pick up the excess. Again, these are ones, and then you want to give it a good water and just kind of keep it moist so that way the seeds germinate well. These ones are already kind of wet, so kind of continue these. And then all seeds, they all have germination rates on them, so kind of spread your seeds in depending on what your germination rate is. This is 84%. So, and then I like to also do a bit more of like a clump for my spinach too. I don't do anything thinned out. You want to get more spinach, and also too, if you're going to be fertilizing in containers, you also want to be fertilizing it for the recommended amount. I do 5 to 7 days for the growing conditions, just also make sure all the plants get enough food source and also avoid any flowering. So these are the seeds here. You get quite a few in the pack, and then when I go through, like I said, based off your germination rate, I can do anywhere from 5 if it's an older pack of seeds. I'll do 15 if it's a lower germination rate. So evenly space them out. These ones, once they get big enough, I will be taking them and put them in maybe a 6-pack or 6-inch box. I'm going to be doing a different type of. Also too, like I said, depends on your year of seeds. The one pack there was 2023. This is their 2022. 84% germination rate. So again, I'll be using up these seeds. So I'll be throwing a few more extra in there just to make sure I get some spinach out of each one. So again, I'll be using up these seeds, so I'll be throwing a few more extra in there just to make sure I get some spinach out of each one. And if you're going to be growing these underneath grow lights indoors, also you want to make sure that you have similar conditions than outside. Most of your spinach, can go to flower if it's not happening, whether it's food source, lighting, watering. So what I do is I also have a small fan I put on to create some kind of air movement to stop any fungal growth or things like that. So it's not trying to just sit in there and spin in air. So again, a small little fan will do. Gently kind of blow some air on the plant throughout the day. Grow light spinach, I would do anywhere from like 6 inches, maybe a little higher. Just again to make sure you're avoiding shock to the plant to flower. So again, yeah, here's the seeds. Again, I do a few more per cell just because they are older seeds, and I wouldn't use up the seeds, but also be sure it gets in the plants in each cell. So once they're placed on top like this, you just want to gently put a little bit of soil on top, just a light layer on top, just kind of like tap the seed with the soil, so it's not covered up. And usually inside, when I start them indoors, I get germination rate within the germination from 5 to 7 days. Depends on kind of the seeds you're growing. So once you're done, I again gently kind of pack the soil on top, just to connect the seeds with the soil, and then I'll place these in a cool part of our store here, just to make sure again it's not too warm for them. I don't want them to sprout and then all of a sudden go to flower. And as time goes on, I'll show you how we do it here, how we transplant them, grow light we use, fertilizer, how often I fertilize them, and hopefully I'll get some bigger clumps. Okay, so we got germination already. Let's see, I think it's been 4 or 5 days, maybe 6 days now. But you see, most of this is, in our last video, I tried to be by seed. It's all pretty much spinach and loose leaf lettuce. You see this spinach here sprouting. Most backs here that are all doing well. And then I got the lettuce coming up. These little shoots that you can kind of see them there. On the side. So yeah, this is all loose leaf. And then I got 3 packs of those, 3 packs of spinach. So again, as these start growing, I'll just give them a light kind of misting, keep them fairly moist, but not overly too damp. Got the grow light, I'll be putting it under about 4 or 6 inches above the ceiling, and see how they kind of go from there daily. Usually every day I check them to see if there's any scorching as well, if the light's too low. And then yeah, as they start to kind of sprout up, you want to wait for them to shoot out their second set of leaf there before we start fertilizing. But I'll kind of get more into that later on as the plants get taller. But I thought I'd give you guys a quick update and show you how our seedlings are going here. Yeah, they look pretty strong. Some are actually, I think, about 3 years old, so not bad for 3 or 4 year old seedlings here. And then I'll probably put also a little fan on it as well, give it some airflow once these start to sprout, just so they don't, the stems don't get too thin and can't support the top of the plant. But yeah, you always want to make sure you have a little bit of fan going just to get some airflow. So if the stems on any of your plants just sit there without any air movement, they tend to stay fairly narrow and weak, and then once the top starts to flush out on the plant, it'll most likely just kind of fall over. So yeah, a little fan for, say, maybe an hour to a day would be all that.